Welcome back, everyone. It's Ray Choice. I'm thrilled that we're still engaged in this free video series. It has been my honor and privilege to be here with you. And I'm reminded in this moment of Shakti Gawain's quote. I think it's an important one for us to consider. She said, our primary relationship is our relationship with ourselves. Our relationship with ourselves. Our relationship with the outer world is constantly reflecting where we are in our process. Now that's a little humbling, isn't it? Right? Constantly reflecting where we are in our process. And I know as a mother, as a woman who's out there in the world, engaging in life in so many different ways, I'm in so many different cultures, it can be really humbling. And I'm constantly reminded that my primary relationship is my relationship with myself. What's happening in the outer world is a reflection of my inner world. So this reminds me of feedback, because I'm always giving myself feedback, and I know that you're giving yourself feedback, and we're always in relationship with other people. And the more we can focus ourselves on what's working well, and put our attention on what's working well, we're going to grow more of that. It's how the brain works. Whatever you put your attention on, you get more of, and whatever you pay attention to determines what you delete. So if you're putting your attention on all your trauma, drama, and all of the dysfunction that's happening inside of yourself and in the world, you're deleting all the good stuff. You're deleting the stuff that's above the line. Remember we talked about all the ways that life can give love? The smiles, the warm tone, the hugs, the kind gifts of service, those wonderful gestures, right? Spending time with you. The birds chirping, the sunsets, all of that is a beautiful thing to put your attention on. Because as you do that, as you're a creator above the line, and you focus on what's working well, you're going to be able to handle those moments where somebody gives you love and expand on it, and you'll be able to handle those moments no matter what the packaging. Remember, the request for love can come in lots of different packages. No matter what the packaging is, you'll be able to handle it with ease. So we have covered so much. We've talked about creator versus reactor, right? And seeing first. We've talked about your life above the line. We linked it to the BABE formula. We talked about the RIDART formula. We talked about rapport building and rapport building skills. We talked about Beckhart's change formula. It's just the beginning. I have so much more I want to share with you. And today, I want to go beyond this feedback mode into talking about the stages of learning. Because to master communication, you're going to need to go through these stages. In fact, to master anything in life, you need to go through these stages. And there's sticky points in the process. Okay? You just don't, wake up one day and suddenly you're enlightened. Well, some people do, but for most of us, it's a process. And we're constantly waking up more and more to who we are. And we're allowing that to be revealed to us. And it's not always easy. Okay? So let me share with you the stages of learning, and we'll relate it back to this process that we've been going through together on Masterful Communication. Okay? So I guarantee when you arrived, there were certain things that I shared with you that you were unconsciously incompetent around, that you didn't know. Right? Maybe you didn't know Beckhart's change formula. Maybe you didn't know about life above the line. Maybe you didn't know about being a creator. Maybe you didn't know about the BABE formula. Okay? Maybe you just didn't have this information. And so you went, wow, I know that I don't know that. So that's the second stage. Conscious incompetence. Where you go, wow, I didn't know that. And I know that I don't know that. And this phase, conscious incompetence, is often the tough part, okay? Because we learn something new and we're not good at it, right? We're not good at it. In fact, we might want to take our ball and go home and say, you know what Ray's teaching me here, or what I just learned in this, that, or the other program, I can't do it. Someone like me isn't smart enough, isn't talented enough, doesn't have the natural resources, doesn't have the inner capability to handle this, right? So I should just, give up. And often we don't literally say that to ourselves. We do it unconsciously and we sabotage ourselves. We find a way to get distracted by something, get seduced by some glitzy little thing over here or some glitzy little thing over there, and we lose track of our process. Okay? We dissociate from doing the work. And if you want to be a masterful communicator, you must go inside of yourself and do the deep inner work. And you're going to feel consciously incompetent from time to time. You're going to fumble forward, but as you continue, as you grow, as you expand, as you become better with rapport, as you become better with being present in the moment, as you become better with listening, as you become better with powerful questioning, as you become better with creating awareness. And all of these skills are the skills of masterful communicators. I haven't yet had the opportunity to share all that skill with you. Okay, but hopefully some point in the future we'll dive into that work together. And you will eventually become consciously competent. And this is where you know that you know, and you can step out there into the world and you can execute on this work. You can naturally leverage the BABE formula in such a way that who you are is someone you're proud to be. And you really are bringing out the best in yourself and in other people. Now, it gets even better as we continue, right? Because as we continue to practice, as we continue to grow, as we continue to expand, staying in the conversation with ourselves in relationship to the work, eventually we get here. Now, I've been in coach training and coaching now for over 11 years. I mean, it's an amazing body of work, and I feel like I'm in kindergarten with it. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. And some of the skills I am unconsciously competent with. So that means after many, many, many years of practice, I have been able to integrate this into the fabric of my being. Now, sometimes I do forget, of course, I'm certainly not perfect, but with some skills, they just naturally are part of my beingness. And I want that for you. I want you to move all the way through these stages, all the way up to unconscious competence. You deserve it, and the people in your life deserve for you to be at your best. And remember, this stage right here, that's the toughest part. Conscious incompetence is when you want to give up, you don't want to continue to play, you don't want to continue to grow and learn, you just think you're a loser, or this is too hard for you, or the work isn't strong enough for you, it's boring. We have all these ways that we create excuses, and it sabotages us from being our best. So I invite you to go all the way through the stages of learning and go beyond this phase and join me in a place of true mastery. Now, what is true mastery? I'm not calling myself a true master. I'm saying that the process of true mastery is coming full circle. Coming full circle, such that you wake up to what you don't know that you don't know. You wake up to what you don't know that you don't know in each moment, and that you're willing to do that work. You're willing to have a beginner's mind. In every moment, you're going to take your cup and you're going to empty it, and you're going to come as a beginner. In an expert's mind, the possibilities are very limited, okay? Because they already know. I know that, I know that, I know that. But in a beginner's mind, the possibilities are many. I think that's actually a Chinese proverb. The possibilities are many. I invite you to consider they're infinite. Who you are as a masterful communicator is something you're just beginning to wake up to. So I am so thrilled to be on this journey. I'm waking up, you're waking up, and we are inviting the whole world into a space of mastery with communication. Right? Just as Shakti Gawain said, she said so clearly to each and every one of us, your primary relationship is your relationship with yourself. Your relationship with other people, it's just reflecting where you are in your process. So, my dear friends, I'm going to invite you to take action, okay? I want you to take action. And this is homework that I gave you before, but I want you to do it again because I want you to instill it in every fabric of your being. Every single fiber, every single cell should resonate with this, okay? Are you ready? I want you to get clear on your relationship hell, what you are choosing to no longer put up with inside of yourself. You can't change the outer world. I mean, you can choose what you will put up with and not put up with, okay? Maybe you don't want to hang out with someone who's constantly below the line, always requesting love. Maybe that depletes your energy, okay? If it's got dense energy for you, then there's a lie inside the space. And that means, you know, not that you just run and hide and dissociate from your work, but you want to be aware, because the truth is always light. It brings you joy. It feels good. So go ahead and write down your communication hell. And I invite you to focus on what's within your control, which is you. You cannot control anybody outside of yourself ever. So focus on what is your inner communication hell. And then flip it and focus on your heaven. What is your heaven? Who are you at your very best? Who do you want to become in this world? How do you want to communicate with this world? You all want to make a difference, right? You want to make a difference in the world, in your community, in your family, in those most intimate relationships. People deserve to be awakened and inspired to their greatness, and you can bring it out in them. So go ahead and write down your communication heaven. I encourage you to write not just 1 or 2 or 3 pages, 5 pages. Go for it. I mean, if you only get 1 page, that's fine. But really write about this, journal about this, and then ask yourself this final question. Who do I need to become to create the communication that I would love to have? Who do I need to become to create that? Who do I need to attract? Who do I need to be to attract those kinds of relationships that I would love to be in? Who do I need to become? And then do the work. Do the work to become that kind of person. And I want to be your coach and your partner and your teammate all the way through the process. So thank you so much for going through this series with me. It has been my honor and privilege. I want to get to know you. Let's please stay in relationship. It's very important to me that we stay connected, because I want to grow, I want to learn from you, I want to be part of your world. So thank you so much for being part of this series, my dear friend. I'm calling you now a friend. If you've made it this far, you are a soulmate to me, because you're someone who's shown up and you've done the work, and only 1% of the population really does that. So thank you for being my soulmate. I want to continue connection with you. Be well, my friend. Be in light, and may our paths cross very soon. Namaste.